So, what if I told you that you can get the knowledge and the experience and the problems that you've been through in your life, package it up into a coaching or consulting business, and be able to easily make 10 grand a month in just a couple of hours a day of work? That might be, sound kind of crazy to some people, but to others, they might say, like, how do I do it, right? The reality is that I and my clients, we all do it, and it's a real thing happening right now, and you can definitely do the same thing. I've been able to grow well past 10 grand a month with my own coaching business at 22 years old by packaging up the experience and knowledge that I've had building a separate marketing agency business. And that's how I got started with my coaching business. I've helped people in all different types of verticals. As a matter of fact, I just hopped off a call with a client where we were talking about like his offer here on the whiteboard, but he's a pilot. He flies commercial pilots planes for a living, and he makes six figures a year as a pilot. Came to me with his skill set and said, "Hey, dude, I solved the problem. I figured out how to become a pilot and make six figures a year, going into flight school, doing all the things you got to do. I know I can help other people become pilots and, earn six figures a year while traveling the world." We work together. He charges $6,200 for his pilot mentoring service, and he makes 20 grand a month right now in profit. And he really works like 3 hours a day because of the one simple thing that we do in order to do that. So you have the consultants on the B2B side. So maybe you've ran a business before, you've exited a business, or you scaled a business. You can teach other people or other businesses how to do the same thing. On the B2C side, I've worked with fitness guys that have gotten jacked, right? I've worked with mindset coaches that have gotten over depression. I guess the general point blank principle that I want to give you is a very, very simple framework, and I'm gonna write it right here for you. You solve a problem right here. This is all you got to figure out. If you can solve a problem for yourself, or you've already solved it for yourself, you have a high ticket offer in your head. When you've solved a problem inside of your brain, you have something that you could easily charge at a bare minimum $5,000 for. Okay? I know people like Adam teach people how to become pilots, charges $6,000, right? I know people that charge $4,000, $5,000 for fitness coaching. I know B2B consultants, people that have grown a marketing agency and then they show other people how to grow theirs, that charge $10,000, okay? And so the beginning principle you need to understand if you want to be able to make 10 grand a month with a coaching business is you need to solve a problem for yourself first and look back at your life experience. How could you package up the skills that you've learned solving a problem for yourself into a simple process that people can follow, right? That helps them go from A to B. I talk about this on my channel all the time. But if you solve the problem for yourself, what you did is you went from point A to point B in your own life, right? This example with Adam, the pilot, he went from not making any money to earning six figures a year and got his pilot's license. Pilot's license, just put L. So he solved a clear problem. And what happens, and what I was actually showing Adam when we're talking about how to actually sell his high ticket offer even better, is he did this on his own, right? A to B, 100K a year, he's a pilot, gets to travel the world. And let's say for him, it took him 3 years to do this on his own, right? Well, when he goes to offer somebody his $6,000 program, he's not offering himself on calls. Nobody's paying 6 grand for that. What they're paying 6 grand for is to shorten the actual time to go from A to B and to make it, instead of 3 years over here, make it 1 year right here. And maybe if I zoom in, you'll actually be able to see this better. But you want to shorten the gap. And so his offer shortens the gap from, hey, if you do this on your own, it's going to take you 3 years, to, hey, if you do this with me, it's going to take you a year to go from zero to pilot, to go from no license to pilot license. And here's the interesting thing. Why would somebody ever pay $6,000 to learn how to become a pilot? Well, if they decide not to pay the $6,000 to become a pilot, again, it's going to take them 3 years, right? And I want you to see the gap versus if people pay him, it takes them a year, right? So we have a year right here. What's the time difference here? 2 years. How much money could you make as a pilot if you save 2 years by actually going and working with Adam? Well, if you make $100,000 a year as a pilot, my friend, you are saving or making $200,000 by working with Adam to get there and get your license in a year. Do you see what I just did there? And so then the sale isn't very difficult because you could say, hey, on your own, it'll take you 3 years. And on your own, most people, they don't actually become pilots. But if you work with me, we can guarantee that you get there in 1 single year because I've already solved this problem for myself. And now, if we got you there in a year instead of 3 years, you'd make an extra $200,000 because it only took you a year. If we were able to make you $200,000, do you think you'd pay $6,000 to actually make this a reality? The answer is yes, right? And so you have a high ticket offer inside of your head. And the way you can actually make a $10,000 a month coaching or consulting business is by picking one acquisition channel. You need one place, and I'm going to give this a shot, so stick with me here to draw some eyeballs. You need one channel and one place where you can generate attention and generate eyeballs. The platform that myself and my clients like to use is simply YouTube. We make unedited, boring, raw videos where we share our expertise. We share about the problems we've solved for ourselves in order to generate the eyeballs from the right people that have the same problem you've already solved and that have money to pay for your solution. So when you pick one channel, we like to use YouTube. Long form videos indoctrinates people and gets them pre-sold on your solution. And they also trust you a whole lot more than short form content. But you pick one channel and you post on there consistently, 2 to 3 videos a week. Easy as hell to do. And once you do that, you just need a conversion system, right? You need a system to turn those actual eyeballs into clients. And we do a simple sales process, and we sell simply over the DMs, where we send the people that view us on whatever channel, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's LinkedIn, maybe it's TikTok, we send these people to our Instagram DMs, where we can have a one-on-one setting conversation with them, appointment setting, right? Where you ask them questions to figure out if they do have the problem that you've solved, if they want to solve the problem, if they want your help, and what they're currently struggling with to get to where you are at. And then these conversations on Instagram DMs, they turn into simple Zoom calls that you take with them, where you sign them up and you enroll them. And it's really that simple. And a lot of people get confused on how to actually deliver, right? So let's actually talk about this really quick. So a lot of people talk about like client acquisition, like how do you get clients, right? What I want to show you is what do you do once you actually get the clients? Because if you understand what you're going to do, it's easier to sell somebody because you're confident in the thing you're actually going to do, right? Delivery is very simple, actually. Delivery is very simple. When it comes to delivery, all that you're going to do for the first 5 to 15 clients that you get, very simple. You ready for this? The delivery is one-on-one. A lot of people think they need to build a course, they need to build a community platform, they need to build this beautiful, fancy onboarding system. If you want to make $10,000 a month with a coaching business, you don't need anything. You could start selling this tomorrow. Today, actually. Yesterday, you could have sold it. Because all you need to deliver on your service is to offer one-to-one calls with people. As I told you, people don't care about what they get from working with you. People just care that they get the actual payoff. Payoff, or you can call it outcome. People just care they can get the outcome that you're selling them. That you can become a pilot, that you can get over depression, that you can get jacked, that you can make $100,000 a year. Okay? That's all people care about is the outcome. How you deliver that outcome doesn't matter. And so when you're starting, just deliver it on a one-to-one level. And all you need to do is get one simple Google Doc. Like really, get one simple Google Doc and just write down the actual steps. What are the steps necessary to get people from where they are at to the outcome you're selling them. Are there 5 steps? Are there 10 steps? What are the steps they need to do? And once you figure those out, then just deliver those on one-on-one calls with your clients and say, hey, week 1, this is the first step we got to figure out. We have to do this to get you to become a pilot. We have to do this to help you invest into Airbnb. We have to do this to help you start this pressure washing business, whatever it is. And you deliver it on a one-to-one level, and you get the main thing you're looking for right here with your first 5 to 15 clients is one simple word. And that word is feedback. You need feedback. You need feedback from clients on what steps are hard, on what steps are easy to do, on what they need extra support with, on what questions they have. Because that's how you actually build a world-class course. It's not whatever you think in your head is going to be a good course. A great course is just feedback that you've gotten from clients over time. And you've answered every single question in a Socratic format. Who, what, when, where, why, how, or whatever, right? You answer those questions in a course format, answer literally everything a potential client can have. And that's how you build a course. It's so good, they don't even need to talk to you. So, very easy. If you have a $5,000 offer inside of your brain, and it's based off of your prior experience and skill set, and if you can just figure out how to package up that offer, find a problem that you solved for yourself that people would pay $5,000 for because it either saves them a ton of time, saves them a ton of money, or makes them a ton of money, or helps them live a better life. If you can figure one of those 3 things out, build a $5,000 offer, deliver it on a one-to-one level, post simple YouTube videos talking about this problem that you've solved for yourself, and then give them, an opportunity to talk to you on Instagram, set up Zoom calls, close two of them, that's $10,000 in a month. I've had plenty of clients do it, and if you want my help getting to 10 and past $10,000 a month with the coaching business, like I've done for many others, you can go down below. But besides that, thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon.